Silence. How can it be so deafening, so potent that it makes my ears bleed? In the realm of poetry, silence is a paradoxical entity, a concept that can be as loud as the most thunderous roar, as piercing as the shrillest scream. The poem, The Loudest Silence by In Words I Find Solace, explores this very paradox. It questions the nature of silence, its inherent power, and its potential to inflict pain and isolation. As the poet navigates through the echoes of silence, the audience is led to ponder, does silence signify I am alone now? Does it shout what my soul truly needs? These questions are not merely rhetorical. They are the heart's desperate cry for understanding, for connection. In the absence of answers, in the absence of a voice, the poet experiences a heart imploding. This vivid imagery depicts the destructive power of silence. It illustrates how the lack of communication, the lack of sound, can lead to internal devastation. So completely and so wholly, the poet continues, the promise that was our future brings about the death of us from a gaping wound that we tried so hard to suture. This poignant stanza reflects on the lost promise of a shared future. It is the silence that has torn them apart, a wound they tried to heal but couldn't. Finally, the poet warns, so the next time you hear that silence, remember it is the loudest sound you will ever hear. A paradox indeed, an oxymoron that shakes the core of our understanding. For how can silence, a lack of sound, be the loudest sound one can hear? Yet, it is this very fear that the poet has learned to dread. The loudest silence is more than a poem. It is a journey through the complexities of human emotions, a voyage that explores the power of absence, the strength of silence. This paradox of silence being a loud, deafening sound is not only a poetic device but a philosophical exploration of the human condition. In the end, the poem leaves us not with answers but with questions. Questions that make us ponder, reflect, and perhaps even fear the power of silence. This is the beauty of The Loudest Silence, a poem that speaks volumes in its quietude. A poem that teaches us to listen, not just to the sounds around us but to the silence within us.